Well, Frank died, so it's been sad for us. So we're gonna let Bobby do the eulogy. Bobby, take it away.
People know that's not true because I'd be way happier to start this episode. But we do have to start on a somber note, which is, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bobby Tamburo. In the past on this podcast, you may have heard me joke about Rayvon, the drug dealer who lives on 2nd Street and works out of Strawberry Square. I have been asked to clarify by his attorney that that is a joke, 100% a joke, and that he is not selling the cheapest dabs you can find for $10 a gram at Strawberry Square, 2645 2nd Street.
He is not doing that.
He is not. No, that was a joke. The police should not raid 2645 2nd Street, Strawberry Square, Harrisburg.
I hate to cut you off. I just got a text here. I was also told to say that Frank being dead is a joke. He is alive, and he's not with Rayvon in Strawberry Street, cutting that money in half because he need a white old business owner to help him out. That's not happening. Bobby,
okay.
Take it away.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what, Paige? Give me a funky beat here. You mind?
Oh, I don't mind at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the POS show with your host, Pat Oates, his co-host, Bobby Tamburo, also playing announcer tonight because Frank is still not here, still sitting out for that father's death. Our beatbox cut out because Paige Campbell, our comedian from Richmond, is walking somewhere. Apparently, he has his internet's generated by one of those treadmills where you have to walk to keep the electricity going.
It's very rib powered.
And our other amazing guest, you know him, you love him. It's Jeff from Silk City Hot Sauce, who just informed me that before the show, he will not be making a Frank's Smoking a Death Sauce, which would be a white creamy base with a slow afterburn.
He also let us know that Ghost Whisperer is not about Frank talking to his father-in-law. It's not about that at all.
Strangely enough, Aztec Attack is about Sam because he was old enough to be a conquistador.
Yeah, he used to beat up Mexicans and yell that. Aztec Attack.
He got Aztec Attack from invading Panama. Oh boy, I got a bad case of the Aztec Attack.
Not the country, the song. When Van Halen played it, it would piss him off and he'd jump on stage and just beat up David Lee Roth. That's what
So Jeff, you're here.
Is there any new sauces coming? I heard a rumor that another podcast is getting one. You can announce that?
Another podcast is getting one.
Right. Isn't a certain masked man getting one?
Oh yeah. I forgot there were even a podcast, but yeah, those guys have been really supportive over like the last couple of years. So
I found out about you guys through them. So
something's coming. I actually wasn't going to announce it until it was all ready, but somebody who's kind of doing the artwork kind of pushed it forward a little bit. But yeah,
and then that's cool. So something new to look forward to. It's a teaser.
Yeah, that's coming. There's another one coming too from another podcaster, it turns out, but it was something that was in the works like a year ago, but everything kind of like got like pushed back a little bit, but something else is coming. A lady.
Does COVID stop Peppers?
No, COVID didn't stop Peppers, but I just couldn't come out with it as fast as I wanted to.
We shouldn't. If you rush it, it's not going to be the great shit like all the rest of this stuff.
Yeah, Pepperfield, actually, the Pepperfield did get
standard to keep up to.
Oh, so I'm not supposed to say congratulations on Judy Gold's period sauce, which is just sun-dried tomato base.
Gold's period.
Yeah.
If you don't think I have like 20 of these ready to go, you're wrong. It's going to be a fun night. Yeah, exactly. You have to add water to hydrate it.
I've become my own version of Chopped with the sauces now. So when I cook, I like to do it with chicken a lot. I found chicken is my favorite thing with most of your sauces. But when I do it, I like to bake it, but I'll take different ways of using it. So then I'll just make a couple, move them around the pan with different sauces, not know which one's which. And then when I eat them in a sad, lonely way, I go, ooh, I think that's mango madness. Ooh. And that's my new weird, sad conversation with myself I do with the sauces.
My favorite interaction from your hot sauces lately was my sister picked up the Jonestown sauce, and I was like, check the ingredients out. And she was like, there's no ingredient list. And then watching the joke come across her face when she finally got it was one of the highlights of being a part of this podcast.
Jonestown doesn't label their drinks or hot sauces.
Exactly. She finally got it.
It took me longer than it should have too. When it came in, I looked at it and I was like, that's weird. And I was like, oh, it was not long, but long enough. 2 seconds was too long for me not to get it for a second.
It's literally like a Marvel Easter egg though. Cause if you're not looking for it, you'd be like, oh, it's just this hot sauce. And they didn't put but like, you know what I mean? Like once you get it, you're like, oh man, that's something special. That's Captain America's shield or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Paige, are you up on the Marvel? Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. I don't once they started doing all the shows, I kind of like tuned out a little bit, but
you were just into the literature.
No, the movies I was like on board, but like I don't know, it's a little too much at this point, especially like for some reason I can't get into Loki. I don't like Loki as a guy. I don't like him as a character.
It's okay to be homophobic. That's fine.
Oh, is that even that's revealed? I didn't know that was a thing.
That you're homophobic? Yes, we were revealing it today. We can't reveal the new hot sauce, but we can reveal that you're a homophobe. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Now you can't.
Spicy sauce.
Now, Jeff, I had a promotion I wanted to run past you. It's called the Zumox Special promo, and basically you order the Mango Madness, and then you're blocked from going back to the website, and suddenly all of your credit card information's on Craigslist.
Oh, yeah.
Good sauce, though. You named it after
No, sorry, Jeff. Didn't mean to put you on the spot. Just got to take my shots where I can see them. You know.
I know you gotta pay. You gotta pay with credit card, no matter what. If you're buying Zumox sauce, so
no cash accepted.
By the way, when you do go choose a sauce, when it's just like choosing like the 2-pack or 4-pack, it does just make Mango Madness pop up first most of the times, and I'm like, maybe Chad's got something going. Just by default, you have to get him. We did a show. If people aren't watching this one, we have a show that was on Patreon that we recorded the day before. That this show will not be like that. That show went so off the rail. Go check it out. Get on the Patreon. But that show is so fucking insane. We will be covering story. We didn't get to one POS story. It was an hour and a half of madness that ended in disabled porn. That's all I'm gonna say. And it only ended in that because Bobby, for the first time ever, was the one that was gonna walk off the show and not me. So that's never happened before. And Bobby was actually in Compound Studio. It was gonna walk out of the studio just into the streets to get away from the show that was happening.
Then I remembered I had to shut down the studio.
And they were great. So go on the Patreon, check that one out. But this will be out there for everyone to see because unless we do that again. And then I hope it doesn't happen. Bobby, got anything to share before we start the show?
Sure. So, Jeff, I know you're an avid fan of the podcast, so you're probably up on this. But Paige, I've had a couple of hit successes with Nickelodeon pilots. And one of them's a game show.
Because I wasn't ready for this.
I will get that later. That's not where we're going though.
Oh, okay.
But based on the game show success, they actually want me to write like a drama show. And what we've come up with is a show called Revtarded. And it's about a boy with Down syndrome who becomes a priest. Because like the whole thing about Catholicism is anything's possible through God. So he graduates high school and's like, I want to go to the seminary. And they're like, well, we really can't tell him no. We just have to see it through. And he learns lots of lessons along the way. And really what the premise is that religion is like so rooted in rules and man-made traditions that if you just thought about it very simply, like very, very simply, you'd be a better person. So like the end of every episode's him like explaining the message in the most simplistic way possible and highlighting, the fallacies of both sides. And it's a real complex show. Here's an episode all about like he wants to make the Eucharist vanilla wafers and the priests come in, they're like, you can't do that. And he's like, no. The Bible says God is love. That's whatever verse 6:14. And he's like, for me, love is vanilla wafers. And like, they realize some of the old traditions that they've been using really kind of paints a negative thing, things like that. But on the latest one, we're dealing with reconciliation, which is where you confess your sins. And the priest is he hears about a guy doing something, a horrible crime, and that's not revealed till the end of the episode. But the message throughout is like, sometimes you do something bad and get better. And like Paige, what I was hoping you could fill in for me is what is the crime the guy committed that Barry the priest hears about, and it's like you're not allowed to tell anybody a confession, but like he really wants to. But the message he learns in the end is that by not doing it, it actually let this guy be a better person and come closer to being a good human being.
Okay, so you're saying the retarded guy committed a crime?
No. Somebody told the retarded guy about a crime that the person committed, and the retarded guy has to come up with like a penance and really grasp the idea of changing.
Okay,
Jeff, feel free if you have ideas too. I didn't mean to just exclusively give this to Paige.
I mean, I'm thinking it's probably like a hate crime involving the retarded. Like make it personal, right? Yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
I think he baked a pie, with like no bake pies, and made a crust with the vanilla wafer.
Ooh.
Like the crushed vanilla wafer cookies. He crushed them up and spread them out to the side of the baking pan, and he made a vanilla cream filling, but he laced it with like those Cosby drugs. Local Boy Scout.
Jesus.
Local Boy Scout meeting. And serve it as an after meeting dessert.
Wow.
This guy's a real dick.
Pat, I think we found our first POS story. Who's the piece of shit here? Is it me for taking the show off the rails? Is it Paige for suggesting a hate crime against retarded people? Or is it Jeff for just really adding the Cosby effect in there? Why don't we start with you, Pat?
It's me, because right before the show started, I said, hey, Bobby, and I don't mean it's an insult, Jeff, but I was like, well, Jeff's not a comedian, so we may have to step it up. And then Jeff just fucking
home run.
I crossed, and I'm like, all right, we got to take this show to another level. I'm the piece of shit for underestimating what this man can do.
We just can't show the
point out because Bobby lately, I don't mind Retarded, but Bobby has a couple of games where they make me nuts. But Retarded isn't bad. I pitched my one idea. You guys haven't heard it. I think one of the episodes should be in the back in the beginning. The Rev is eating fisting jelly donut, just squeezing them in his hand, eating them, and then they yell, "Mass has started." So he runs out. He didn't clean his hands, and he goes like this, and everyone thinks it's a stigmata. And that's the whole episode.
And I've told you that's the mid-season finale. That's a brilliant idea, dude. Obviously, you guys haven't heard this, but the season finale is his whole class gets busted for pedophilia. So even though he fails his exams, they're like, "Well, we can't lose the entire class. Congratulations, Barry. On to year 2."
Because he doesn't diddle people.
Yeah, exactly.
His fingers are too thick.
That's right. Yeah,
retarded people can't diddle because their fingers are too thick.
That's right, and that's why they should all be priests.
Well, Pat, this is the POS show. Why don't you give us our first story? Keep it on track.
Oh, keep it on track. We just had the Hindenburg, and you want me to keep it on track? Okay. This is a story that touches me because it's close to home. A Connecticut man allegedly broke in and tried to take over a family's home. A Connecticut man broke into a family's home and tried to take over the residence of his own, state police said. Benjamin Dam, which is a great name, 31, was arrested inside a second-floor bathroom in the family's Meeting House Lane home in Old Lyme late Monday after a 16-year-old boy arrived at his home and spotted an unfamiliar car with no license plates parked in the garage. The kid went to go into the house, but he looked into the window, and there was a man shirtless in shorts, just chilling, hanging out in his house. And he kind of looked. The guy made eye contact with him, opened the window, and said, "You don't live here anymore. Go be somewhere else. This is my house now." The boy didn't know what to do, and as that was happening, a landscaper who was hired to do some work came into the home, came over. The kid told the guy what's going on. They were yelling to him before the state troopers came. The kid called his mom, but he could not hear them because he was blaring music real loud, dancing around in his own home, which is not his own home, but he claimed it as such. The troopers arrived at the home and tried to get his attention. Like I said, the music was blaring. At one point, Dam downplayed the situation and said he had every right to be there. And he said, "Hey, my girlfriend lives here, and so there's no problem. She'll be home shortly." But when they looked up his name, he lives in a town called Gales Ferry, which is 20 miles away, nowhere near where they were at all. State troopers and a canine ultimately got into the home via a basement storm hatch and ordered Dam to get out, but he again ignored those commands. Cops later found him hiding in an upstairs bathroom and took him into custody without incident, according to the report. No visible damage was left behind in the family's home, and no property or items were stolen. State police said the vehicle he drove was a Jeep Cherokee, also towed from the residence, the Current reported. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it our boy Benjamin Dam for just pulling a Christopher Columbus, saying this is mine now? Hey, that's how history starts. You go somewhere, you find a thing, you say it's mine. If you look at the other side of this country, in Los Angeles right now, you can do this. You can just be a homeless guy and go into someone's home and do whatever you want. You can steal things. It's fine. Maybe he thought he was in the West Coast. It's not his fault. Is it the 16-year-old boy for just sitting there looking at that and not being a 16-year-old boy should be giving the finger, throwing a rock, doing something great. I want some Dennis the Menace action from this kid, not just standing there and waiting. Is it the landscaper who even, I'm shocked because in this, it says he spoke to him, which means he's not Mexican. He can't be a good landscaper. I know Old Lyme. I've never seen a white guy mowing a lawn ever. A lot of people have money there. So what's that guy doing? He must have been in charge of it. Or was the landscaper going there because he usually bangs the mom on the side and he got caught out and that guy was there? Maybe and then the mom got the called the state trooper. The state troopers, I know they're afraid of them. Are they the pieces of shit? Because like, I know cops can't be crazy, whatever, but back in the day, you would have busted that door down. That dog would have ate that guy. And now it's like, they're coming in. They're like, are you okay, Anne Frank? You're like, I'm hiding in an attic. And they just go up there and get him. And then they walk him out and he just goes home. I mean, yeah, he got taken away, but he should be mauled by a dog. If he went into my house and was just yelling, this is my house now, I would want all the dogs going in there. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Jeff, you go first.
The piece of shit is the landscaper. The landscaper is if he's there every week. I do landscaping on the side, and then when cars pull up, we always go up to them and see what's going on, and I mean we tend to know who the people are. So if somebody pulled up and was a complete stranger and was not wearing a shirt, I mean that's a piece of shit move right there. But he goes in, he starts making himself at home. The landscaper's a piece of shit. He should have notified the homeowner and. Before it escalated to the point of the 16-year-old getting home.
I get the lie by the guy. I understand that if you're going to go, oh, my girlfriend lives here, but you can't yell that and yell, you don't live here anymore. You got to go one or the other. I'm guessing drugs. They didn't say drugs were involved, but I actually know someone who once did that, who broke in somewhere. And when the cops came, he said, oh, I thought my girlfriend lived here. Because they were really drunk and they were just in the wrong house 2 houses over and they were hammered and stuck in a window and were really in the wrong home. They didn't say first, you don't live here. They went, oh shit, my bad. Like we all like walked and got into the wrong car in some other keywords in the thing, whatever. Or you sit down and you look, you're fuck, this isn't my car, but it looks like your car. We've all done that. But the guy doing this thing, the girlfriend, she's gotta call and say something like, you got to get more involved than taking your shirt off saying it's not my house. So I didn't like the lie to it, but you're right. The landscaper, when the shirtless dude is there, it's the landscaper's job to take care of the land and the lawn. And he should have fucked him up Gran Torino style. Paige, who's a piece of shit?
Yeah, I would agree. He should have fucked him up, but I'm saying the mom's the piece of shit for calling the cops. I don't like narcs.
There's a dude in her house and her son is there.
I think she should have given the son a gun, taught him karate at some point, because it's like, I believe this guy wants a challenge. He's saying, this isn't your place anymore. This is mine. I believe in outlaw justice. You got to fight him. I mean, Richmond, Virginia. Yeah.
Richmond, there's a nice area and there's bad areas of Richmond. There's some money, there's some not.
We could tell by Paige's internet.
In Connecticut, kind of going towards the casino. White kids doing karate is not going to happen. This is not inner city shit. Something where this house is probably on beach property. They've got good money. They got a landscaper coming every goddamn week. If that kid's learning karate, it's because his mom sends him there so she can go get fucked by somebody else. He's not going to learn karate. Yeah. They're living in Connecticut. If they are Republican at all, they're not gun Republican. That's not a big thing in that area there. If anything, I'm shocked they don't have a sign that says beware of dog and there isn't a dog at all. But I do get it. You're like, maybe the mom has done more. If you are connected that way, maybe call the neighbors, maybe call someone else to go do that. But yeah, state troopers coming is a little crazier than just calling the local police. That's like a different level that she called. So I wonder, and that call must have been nuts. There's a shirtless man in my house. So like, well, only in my dreams, lady, and they hang up on her. So yeah, I get that, but yeah, I'm a dad. So like I said, if my kid came home and someone else was in the house, I don't want him anywhere near the house. I am calling the police and making sure that kid's okay. 16, my son's 16 and he's 6'1" and 200 pounds, but I don't want him trying to fight dudes who are on drugs pretending they live in my home. That's at a different level. Yeah, Puberty's not going to beat meth. That's not going to win there. Bobby.
Puberty won't beat meth, but a shovel will. I worked at a camp. I've told this story before, but I worked at a camp with a priest, and there was a copperhead snake. And I was like, "Hey, Father, there's a snake. Do we go get the chef? I hear he wrangles him." And before I could get wrangles him out of my mouth, a shovel hit me in the face because he was like, "Let's go." And me and this priest killed the fuck out of this copperhead. That's how the situation should have gone when the kid went outside to the landscaper. Like, there's a dude in this house. Should we call the cops? Wham, let's go get him. The story should read, guy found dead in house after invading and say, "I live here now." And then it's just a picture of, like, you know, when they build a house and they've got like the shovel in the dirt. It's like the shovels in the guy as they're standing over him for the headlines. But
you know they can't do that because it's 2021.
So the piece of shit would have been them.
Can't talk to a child anymore. So
I agree with Bobby. I agree with Bobby. That guy should be dead. How much more is that guy going to contribute to society from that day forward? Is he going to, like, in 4 years be like, "Oh, I used to be this guy that used to break into houses and pretend to be the new homeowner. He used to be this hilarious gag. I used to fuck that guy."
Are you kidding me? In 2 weeks, he's going to be on the Secret Show at Matt Mead's house. He's going to be
probably. But hang on,
there's not an upward arc for that guy. He's at rock bottom.
That was going to be.
That's not rock bottom. That's pretty. That gets you a reality show. Like, what he's doing, I would have him doing that. You would turn into like, all you have to do nowadays is pull out a GoPro or a camera and say, "It was just a crazy prank, man. We're just doing this YouTube channel," and you can get out of shit.
Right. It was a social experiment.
There's so many ways to get out of breaking and entering now. I teach that to the people, but there really is.
I'm looking at Jeff, and Jeff's reality show would be, I went into a guy's house, and then boom, shotgun round to the chest, and his last dying breaths would be, "It's a prank, bro. It's a prank, bro."
I just hope that Jeff would have done that, shot him, and said, "Silk City shot sauce." That's what I hope. You would have said, and that's your line, and you walk out.
Now, can I ask Jeff, what if he broke into your house and started helping make hot sauce? He started grabbing those labels. And
that's my hot sauce.
Then he's hired, you know? No, but I was gonna.
Hey, no one wants to work anymore, man. Thanks.
Say, the other piece of shit in that story is Lyme, Connecticut. Fuck Lyme, Connecticut. Second to COVID.
Old Lyme.
Outside of fucking Wuhan and their disease. Fucking Lyme, Connecticut can go fuck itself with their Lyme.
My ultimate piece of shit, though.
I don't mind it. So
my ultimate piece of shit is Pat. Because Pat presented the cops as pussies. Literally, it's the ideal interaction somebody could have with the police. They didn't even damage any property. They snuck into a storm drain, found the guy, and removed him without, like, destroying the property.
Well, Bob,
I agree.
The action presented it that way, okay? Because I don't know if you noticed something. I tried to do something that I've been made fun of for. I didn't completely I read a little bit before, which I don't ever do, and I tried to just tell the story so I was more engaging and didn't get yelled at for reading. But when I do that, I make fun of people. I had to change the story. That happened. The three of you are the pieces of shit. I get it. We're doing a show outside the box. How is the criminal not the piece of shit? The guy broke into a home, took off his shirt, did risky business moves, and fucking hid in the bathroom afterwards, and then went out like a bitch. That guy did a crime, didn't even do anything cool. He might have got a sandwich out of it. And all of you were like, "It's the kid, it's the fucking mom, it's the trooper, it's the asshole whose last name is Damn." Okay?
But if Adam Sandler did that in a movie, we would all laugh at it and go, "That's fucking hilarious."
When did he make the movie?
Yeah, Mr. Deeds 2 is insane.
If you made it in 2020, I wouldn't have laughed at it. But in 1997, oh yeah.
Right, yeah. When it was new.
Adams.
Oh, the Penguin wants to move in now.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Hit me up, Adam Sandler. You can co-produce Revtarded season 2.
That does sound like an Adam Sandler breath. They don't say he's retarded, but like I watched Hubie Halloween, and it's like it's just about a retarded guy.
All his movies are Billy Madison, retarded.
Yeah.
Now, Pat, you mentioned we've been getting some new subscribers over, mainly due to the last episode we had last night, but we've been trying to go viral, Jeff and Paige. And one of the things we've come up with is like a lot of these competition pain videos. Have you guys seen these where it's like, who can hold on to the car longest? You win the car. Or like, who can get tased the hardest? And so one of the viral ideas
13-year-old fat boy and breathe. Like, fun ones.
Yeah, exactly.
The George
So what are the
challenge, that's a tough one.
The
I shouldn't explain what it is.
Nope, probably not. I think everybody got it.
Okay. It might be different than you think.
Nope, I'm pretty sure it's exactly what we are all thinking. We've all got the exact same image in our head based on the disgusting look, or the look of disgust on Paige and Jeff's face. I think they're definitely envisioning the same thing.
What are you guys envisioning? Because I might have something different.
I don't want to play this out.
Did you say the George Foreman challenge?
That one's better. Yes. What you
That
do
would
is
be
you take a
good.
George Foreman grill and you hold it onto George Floyd's neck until he can't breathe anymore. Anyway,
Christ.
see, it was different. Bobby, go ahead.
So basically, the one we've been coming up with is like, who can take dicks in the ass the fastest?
Yeah, this is better. Than George Floyd.
So what we've been doing is asking people, and Paige, you're the PC and the AC-PC connection, obviously. We had Alex Castang on last week, and we know some of your friends from Richmond, so we're going to use your podcast friends for you.
Okay.
Mainly Winston Hodges, okay?
Okay.
Brandon Beswick,
Okay.
and Alex Castang. And for those of you who don't know, Brandon, picture a large fluffy bear. That is pretty much Brandon Beswick.
Bear as in gay or bear as an animal?
Honestly, both could fit. He is straight and has a wife and is a very loving guy. But if you just are talking purely aesthetically, either one could fit.
Yeah.
And Jeff, for you, we're going to do something special. We're going to use the comedians on your hot sauces. All right. So we've got Aaron Berg, Chad Zumach, Bobby Biggerstaff, and we'll just do 3-on-3. So the idea is, what order would you take them in? Do you think they're going to be, who do you think is going to be the most hung, the least hung? Do you think you're going to go, what order are you going to go in? Any techniques you're going to use to try to get them off faster?
What order? So we're taking the dicks in our ass.
Yeah, those are the three guys who are going to fuck you.
One game that he cut me off from to put in here. Bobby wants to know what men you would let fuck you in what order for passion prizes. Because I was going off the rails. Just to be clear,
If we're going viral,
to go. He said, "Hey Pat, your joke about a topical situation, maybe you're bringing light to the world, is no good. Let's butt fuck."
Pat, you know why the people come. They want to hear the tough questions.
People have to come too. I thought they just got fucked once. That is it to completion? I don't know if we ever said that.
Yeah, it's whoever can get them off the fastest wins.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
What do they win?
Well, if we reveal the prize ahead of time, we're not going to get as many contestants.
Oh, is this still a Nintendo Wii?
You don't even know what the prize is.
No, I know what the prize is. I just know nobody's going to get fucked in the ass for a 6-pack of Silk City hot sauce. So, I mean, I would because it's that good, but most people wouldn't.
So I have to rate Chad, Aaron, and
they
Bobby
fuck you.
Biggerstaff.
Yeah, no, they fuck you. And the goal is for you to get them off the fastest. And like, you want to think about it because you don't want to go biggest first because by the time the last guy gets up there, Chad,
Well, it's not getting off the
It's gonna be a
they're all
hot
gonna
dog.
fuck you, Jeff.
I don't know how it- I don't know
That's
how-
Bobby's game.
I don't know how
They're running
I
a
don't know how
train
getting
on
fucked
you,
up.
but you gotta take all three without passing out or tapping out or whatever. So
There's no way around that. They're all fucking
fast first. How to get through this? So you're looking at endurance, and I don't know the people that Paige knows, but I do know that Aaron.
You know Winston and Alex.
Aaron Berg is in incredible shape. So the endurance thing is going to go on for a long time, and he's a pent up man. That's going to be tough. I wouldn't lead with it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah, if you know Winston and Alex.
Show some tough people.
Yeah, you know Winston and Alex, right, Pat?
What?
You know Winston and Alex, though.
I don't know. I've never seen them physically in person. I've seen them.
Oh, okay.
I see. Okay.
Winston eats a lot of ice cream.
Ginger, so he's bringing nothing to the table.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you know them, Brandon's a big fat guy. That's all you need to know about Brandon.
Yeah, do you want to get fucked quick first or like lad? Do you want the last one to be like just?
I think I would start with him.
Bellagio right into you.
Yeah, I think I would start with him because you know the dick's not big. And I think if I toss a cheesy gordita crunch behind me, he'd bust immediately. He'd grab it and
Like,
just
hit
come.
real hard and go all day. You don't know.
Oh, true. That might be blue chew for him.
And you're not thinking about how, okay, are you bent over? I don't know how you're taking. Are you taking it like spread eagle eye contact? Or you like bent over?
Yeah,
That's up to them.
No, because there's a difference there. If we're really gonna break this down, let's be real. Okay, you got a big fat guy. You almost want him to give you like starfish style, because if he goes the other way, his gut is gonna rest on your back, and you're gonna have back pain for the other two. Because there's a lot of girth and a lot of momentum happening here, a lot of thrusting.
very good point.
Big Bang Theory right there.
Yeah, it's literally the Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
I do also feel like Brandon would be the most passionate lover. Like he's going to put you in the mood, get you going for the rest of it, you know?
Wait, some of them are gonna take this seriously and make love?
Yeah. They're competing too.
Is there lube?
That's
Human
that's a very
generated.
good question.
Depends on how deep you let them
Human
shove their
generated.
cock in your mouth.
Have you heard about the asshole? It is not self-lubricating.
Oh, no. You got to do it with your tongue.
Asshole.
Uh-huh.
This is better than I was doing.
Yeah, you turned me
Wait,
around that. I would say
Pete,
Bobby.
you don't
is the
have to
asshole.
answer this. You have to do comedy with these people. You don't have to say who you'd fuck first.
Okay, all right. It wasn't presented as something I don't have to answer.
I just let you know because there's no prize.
Yeah, no. All right. Well, that was fun. Bet, what's the next story?
I need to start putting girls on my label. I'll play this game next time.
Yeah, you just got really into female comics. You love.
Yeah.
Judy Gold's twat sauce coming soon.
You start putting female comics on there, but they still have to fuck you in the ass. You got to get pegged.
Get fucked in the butt. Speaking of that, Colorado man accused of sex with horse flees jail is promptly returned. A man who was accused of having sex with a horse escaped jail Tuesday, but made it less than a mile before he was caught and landed back in bars. Jonah Barrett Lesko, 25, was captured by police in the Animas River in Durango about 25 minutes after he escaped from the La Plata County Jail. He was first discovered missing when police received a phone call about a man in a jumpsuit running near the Office Depot, police told the paper. After 20 minutes later, Durango Police Chief Bob Raymer just happened to be driving by the area where he spotted Barrett Lesko, now in just his boxers, having removed his uniform, running along the river, which is just under a mile from the jail. That's what really attracted my attention to him, because you don't see half-naked dudes running through the woods in their boxers, Brammer told the Herald. The chief said he and the other officer pursued Barrett Lesko several times back and forth across the river before more officers arrived and were able to surround him. He was arrested without a struggle. Barrett Lesko first made headlines when he was caught on camera allegedly having sexual intercourse with a horse in the La Plata County Fairgrounds in the middle of the night on June 17th. The animal cruelty charges were dropped as a part of a plea deal, and he had been locked up on trespassing charges in connection to several burglaries when he was discovered missing from the recreation yard Tuesday afternoon. According to police, Barrett Lesko had been in the rec yard alone for a time of his escape. He was able to get over the wall, police told the Durango Herald. There's a video of him going over the wall and then him using his feet on one side and back on the other side. It appears he got out with some small hole in the upper fenced area of the rec yard. Barrett Lesko is expected to be charged with felony escape. Who's the piece of shit is the story? Is it a man escaping jail? I mean, yeah, he was there for fucking a horse, but we're not talking about how he got there. We're talking about trying to leave. I've never been to jail, but I wouldn't want to be in jail. And I think most prisoners think about escaping. So is it him for wanting to escape? Is it the jail? For who the fuck can escape from jail for real? This guy climbed over a wall. He was by him. He's a horse fucker. Why is he still alive? Is it the prisoners who didn't beat? I know they beat up kids, but there's not a couple of horse lovers in there who want to beat the shit out of a guy who fucks horses at a fairground at night. He didn't even hide. That's rude to the horse. Is it the horse for not kicking the fuck out of this guy? He's just sitting there like a dumb poor horse, getting fucked in the ass at a fairground in public, like some kind of amateur porn night. Is it the cop who drove by and goes, yeah, it looked like somebody there running in his boxers? Is it the people at Home Depot? Not saying shit. Not one of those calls. The guy walked right by Home Depot in an orange jumpsuit. No, he must work here. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Paige, you go ahead.
Yeah, I would definitely say I can't chagrin the guy for trying to escape. I think it's the person who was supposed to maintain the fence at the prison, right? Because there was a big hole in the fence. It's like, yeah, that jerk off's not doing his job. How is
And
there
we
a hole
know this
in a
guy's
fence in a
attracted to
prison?
holes.
Yeah, we know he loves holes. And I mean, if he survived fucking a horse, you're right. The horse could have kicked the shit out of him. He's gonna get out of prison. Like, this guy has fortitude. He survives fucking a huge animal. I don't know.
His fortitude?
Yeah, I'm not surprised he got out if he survived fucking a horse. How does the
I
horse
want
not
you to write his
destroy
origin
him?
story. That's why I say I just saw a trailer for the Kurt Warner movie that's coming out where it's like he was a grocer and he was never going to be anything. They're like the struggle to make it. I want the same kind of passion with you going. He had fortitude, and you see the horse's face, and then you see the horse smile, and you see the guy poke out behind it.
Yeah, he's
couldn't
making
be
the horse
stopped.
come. That's why the horse didn't
And
stop
then
him.
there's him and all the black prisoners get together. They do a sing and dance thing. Like, there's some holes in this horse. There's some holes in this. And they sing around and dance.
Yeah.
I like the movie. So you think it's the guy in
Wet
charge
ass
of
pony.
watching the fence? So I don't know. I'm not a warden, but I don't think that's a guy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know how prison works.
I
I've been to
think you might
jail,
mean
not
the
prison.
correction officers.
Yeah, sure. The
Fence
correction
patrol.
officer. Yeah.
It's just like, I don't care whose fault it is, as long as we build that wall. Build that wall.
If we build that wall, I want this guy to fuck that wall.
I mean, I get that, like, they have to charge it as animal cruelty, but like, if the horse didn't stop him, I don't think he was raping the horse.
And what was the horse wearing?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you fuck a cat, like, rape, obviously, it's like a horse is gonna stop you if it doesn't want to be fucked.
Yeah, it's like if you walked on a guy fucking a Bengal tiger. You can't go, that's animal cruelty. You go, that tiger's into it.
Yeah, he is raping that Bengal tiger. It's like, is he?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Remember we did that story, Bobby, like 2 months ago where the guy was fucking the alligator? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
No.
Yeah, how do you fuck a gator? That's crazy.
The gator.
Yeah.
Jeff, who's the piece of shit?
Piece of shit in that story is the guy's a piece of shit for fucking a horse.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, the guy's an absolute piece of shit for fucking a horse. I mean, I don't know.
Bareback.
The guy's a piece of shit.
He fucked the horse, went to jail for it, and is escaping, which he thinks that somebody wants to see that guy. You escape jail when you think your family misses you, people. You fucked the horse. It's not going to be a good time. Out so soon. And they let him go, by the way. They actually dropped the charges. And then they're like, oh, by the way, he's also done a bunch of burglary and other things. Like, oh, really? He's also a bad guy, not just the horse. Like, imagine that was his one thing. Besides that, honor citizen, tremendous fellow, helps old ladies cross the street, runs a daycare, and sometimes fucks a horse. No, he's a terrible man. Why is he let out? That's the guy we lock up.
They let him out.
People that smoke weed are in there for 20 years. But horse fuck Jones gets out? Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
The trick to being a piece of shit in that story is there are no charges that exist on the books. So they're like, what do we charge him with? We've never charged anybody with fucking a horse before. So they were just like, well, like, he just kind of gets out on a technicality because there's nothing to charge him with. But the piece of shit are the lawmakers. They never thought through like that. They never thought there was going to be some guy fucking horses. They need to like make a rule or a law that just covers all animal fucking.
It's like, come on, man. I wake up every morning and think the first thing I think about horse fucking. Second thing I think about fucking a horse. Nobody's put a law in the books to stop people from doing what we're all thinking about.
Well, that's why you're like the Elon Musk of horse fucking. You know, I mean, no one else is really thinking of it, but you're always like the first thing.
It's Elon bust.
But it's a weird thing. It's a slippery slope, I guess, because this guy, I mean, maybe, like we said, maybe he loved the horse. Maybe the horse loved him. I don't know if there was passion there or not. But the simple fact that this man is able to, after fucking a horse, couldn't just jump a fence tells me they did not use the way that the Middle East would have done this. Eye for an eye.
Yeah.
If you fuck a horse should be allowed to fuck you. And it's same thing in a fairground at night. You can go walk, you sell tickets and like that, and the money goes to like folks fixing the highways. We don't need tolls. Now, I don't believe in eye for an eye normally, but when it comes to someone fucking a horse should fuck them back.
Speaking of horsecock, if you love horsecock as much as we all do, you love the Pat Oates program as much as I do, go to silkcityhotsauce.com, SILK cityhotsauce.com. We love the Pat Oates program just as much as we love horse fucking cocks. Visit our site. Use the promo code POS for 15
inches
off.
of horse cock.
Yeah, 15 inches of horse cock.
And that's POS as in please, oh my God, stop. That's a fucking horse.
No, POS stands for ponies or stallions. Which one you fucking? But my favorite part of that, by the way, that was the best read we've ever done, and I really liked that a lot. My favorite thing of that was you going, looking to the door to make sure the kids don't come in. And you go, I love horse cock. All right, if you're someone who's new, just never saw your site, never went there, and they saw this now, they're gonna go on, they're gonna save money, they're gonna get like a 2-pack. What 2 would you recommend to someone?
I would recommend I've got a new sauce that just came out with. I'm really excited about. It's called the Erotic Fever.
I saw that today.
Yeah, it's a fire roasted habaneros. The habaneros just came in out of the field like 2 weeks ago, and I filled the kettle with the fire with the habaneros. First, I hit them with a blowtorch and then roasted them in the oven for like an hour, and then filled the kettle up with maple. So it's legitimately really hot, fiery, smoky, and really sweet. That's really good.
I could save you some time, Jeff. I could save you some time. Just make that Karen Feehan's erotic fever, and then it could be about her herpes.
Karen Feehan, yeah. And then the other sauce I would totally recommend is the slurp.
The slurp is good, but also, Bobby, go ahead.
Yeah, you could also just make that Karen Feehan slurp.
I don't know why we're attacking.
I said the slurp. I thought he said the slur. I was like, that sounds like a dangerous sauce.
Yeah, slurp is one of my favorites. It's a blend of jalapenos. There's habanero. There's cherry pepper in the latest batch. The thing I do that's unique, I think, to any hot sauce brand is that every batch will vary a little bit because I'm getting the peppers directly from the farm. So this, like for example, last year, the big batch of slurp I made, there was a big fresh batch of cherry peppers and habanero. But this year he brought me a big pile of jalapeno, cherry peppers, habanero, and Fresnos. So they all went in. But in addition to the peppers, it's fresh peaches, honey, and a couple other things. But that's
so if you buy it, you're getting something different because it's actually locally grown and not some just manufactured bullshit. There you go. Like Bob's jokes about Karen Feehan.
And is it true that you're currently running the Petito pairing promo where you order 2 sauces, one arrives on time as expected, and when you track the other one, it's in some state forest somewhere?
Wait, why is that okay? It's like George Floyd joke with time has passed enough where that's wrong.
Because you know what, Pat? You know why that's okay? Because the media only cares about white girls. Yeah. And on the POS show, you know us. We fucking hate white girls.
That's right.
Not Karen Feehan. I think she's cute. Anyway,
yeah, no, I just think she's a great comedian, would be a great option for one of your sauces. I don't think she actually has herpes. Yeah. Petito, that's how we promote everything. Have you not figured that out yet? We just shit on it. I haven't
figured out the show at all. Right when I thought we were doing a thing about horse fucking, our guest came in and did a plug on how much we love horse fucking. I never know that. Bobby, who's the piece of shit in the horse store?
Oh, it's the horse. This dude fucked her. This dude fucked her and then breaks out of prison and she's not waiting for him. You know what he was thinking jogging along the river? Fuck, a horse would have made this getaway a lot easier. So much for being a ride or die.
I'm pretty sure that horse killed itself. You get fucked by a guy? That's
are we all assuming that it's a
stag, whatever it's called?
Why are we all assuming it's a boy horse?
Yeah, I was assuming it was a girl.
Say what you want about this guy. He is not gay. He was fucking. He might be a piece of shit. He's not gay though.
Man, so straight. That horse. He goes, "Damn girl, why the long face?" Do you think he did pick up lines? I wonder if there were other horses that he didn't fuck.
Do you think he dressed up as a horse?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he would have said that. If he did Benny Hill style. And there's another guy in the back.
name
Wait,
means
I
nay,
thought we were
dude.
going to a costume party.
Nay means nay.
No, but really, we once in a while hear these stories about people fucking animals. And I would think it's just some kind of mental thing and some crazy urge and some psycho. You should need help. But do you think they're attracted to the individual? Like, there's some people who go out and just say, I'm just going to fuck. I don't care who the person is. I'm horny. But a lot of people are like, no, I need to be attracted to the person. Do you think those people see some horses like they're pretty and some like they're ew, bro? I would never fuck that one.
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't like Shetlands. They suck.
Shetlands? What am I, trash?
Yeah. That's a good point. I never thought of that. Yeah. Does he have a preference of horse?
Well, Bobby should have thought of it because every morning Bobby wakes up and thinks about horse fucking.
No, it was Jeff who thinks about it. That's not me. That was how that joke worked. I was the one who thought the horse should have been a ride or die. But here's the thing. I only know two cultures really where like animal fucking is part of the culture. One is Perry County where the women are men and the sheep are afraid. And the other is in the Middle East. And I think both of those situations, you've got things so desexualized that it's just like a release, you know? Like if they've interviewed these guys who fuck goats in the Middle East, and it's like, yeah, it's just what you do when you hit puberty. It's how you bust a nut. And it's like, so I think it's just something ingrained in the culture. I don't think they care about the individuals.
I don't think it's cultural. I know they're all doing it, but I don't think they discuss it. I don't think there's goat fuck day.
I mean, in the documentary I saw, they like go up there together, like high-fiving and shit.
What documentary did you watch?
It was on Facebook.
Did Spike Lee do that one too?
Wow, I got to get on your Facebook groups. That's crazy.
You remember that when they put out that documentary about like the vaccine not working and COVID being fake? It was like the next one on the playlist.
That guy clearly didn't have an agenda. The Middle East are a bunch of sheep fucking cultural value motherfuckers. This is part of their culture. They fuck sheep.
Bobby,
yeah, it's the same.
When you said documentary,
yeah,
my mind went to O.J. Simpson in his book "If I Did It," and I hope this guy says he didn't fuck the horse, but writes a book "If I Did It."
Here's how I would fuck
in detail this love scene of him just rocking the stallion's world.
I hope he doesn't. I hope he just owns it and is like, I fucked a horse and here's how I did it. And then when people come after him, he's like, what? We're not accepting all sexualities now? I like horses. I'm not hurting anybody.
Do you think
horse could have stopped it?
Teenager who goes, "Hi, I'm Joe and I'm gay," or "Hi, call me a they." He's like, "I fuck horses. I'm Steve."
That's what equality is. We're not allowed to say anything's weird anymore.
We can say horse fucking's weird, right?
I think so. I think horse fucking's still okay.
Horse fucking's weird.
LBGTQH. Horse fucking's in. So guy's like, I fuck sheep. It's like, you're gross. Get out of here. We're horse fuck men. Do you think they look down at each other?
Yeah,
that's what the plus is for.
As long as you identify as one, it's okay.
Yeah, I've never done it, but I identify as a guy who fucks a horse. But do you think they is there levels? Like, okay, if you're a pedophile, which by the way, we always say every week, not allowed to buy Silk City hot sauce. They have to
only people Silk City does not want to buy their hot sauce. Pedophiles. No pedophiles.
They have a sensor on the computer. They know.
Stay the fuck off my website.
Yep, you're not allowed to be there. You have to go to Frank's Red Hot. That's where you go. Because the bottle's shaped like a kid's asshole, and that's why they
unless you are a pedophile, make a special note on the website that you're a pedophile, and we'll come to your house and beat the fucking shit out of you.
For 15%
off. Jeff and the landscaper will grab a shovel and they will cave your skull in.
And the pedophile's got his shirt off yelling, "This is my house." Okay, I don't usually lose my train of thought, but I did there. No, okay. So if you're a horse fucker, do you look down on sheep fuckers and cat fuckers?
I think it's kind of like,
yeah.
I think it's kind of, yeah, go ahead, bitch. Sorry.
No, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off,
Is
but I
horse
think
like
you
the
would,
high
right?
one? Is that the best?
Yeah, because it's just like horse is definitely the hardest to rape, right?
No,
Like,
a grizzly bear. If you're a bear fucker,
oh, sure. But you got to look down on cat
That
people.
guy who
You know what I
fucked the
mean? It's like,
alligators, the king.
yeah, you fuck cats. Okay, asshole. I
I think
fuck
it's
400 cats easily. No problem.
What?
I think it's kind of like do you guys have any of those friends who have the
I'm not
apps?
saying I want to. I'm just saying way easier than a
No
horse.
problem. There's a number I know. 400.
By the end of this month.
I'm trying to think of a viral challenge for you guys. But how many cats can you
Don't
Don't
find?
worry, we're gonna get back to that.
Reboot the movie 300, but just Paige fucking 300 cats.
I think it's like, have you ever seen the app like do you have friends who drink craft beers? I'm assuming you do, Paige, because of Richmond, and I'm assuming you do, Jeff, because of Vermont. But they have like this app where you check in and it's like, I've tried all these beers, and you're like, oh man, he drank one of those. Those are super rare. I think it's probably like that with animals. Like, oh, I fucked a cat, I fucked a dog. Ooh, I gotta get a tiger. You know what I mean?
I don't
Interesting.
like
But you
that
don't
Bobby
think someone...
assumes I don't have friends.
But I know about your sobriety, and I didn't want to
I
challenge
still
that.
know drunks. I'm a comedian. Everyone I know is drunk.
I'm sorry.
I don't know anyone who drinks IPA.
But speaking of viral challenges, we did have another idea, so I'm so glad you brought that up, Paige.
Christ.
This one's not as bad. Guy who used to be on this podcast then milked his father-in-law's death for a year and a half. It was basically kind of like COVID. Hey, I won't be here for 2 weeks. 14 months later, here we are waiting for Frank to come back. But he used to run a show called Paid or Pain, right? Am I wrong about this?
No.
And basically-
you're wrong about this. He never ran
Okay.
the show. He was on it once.
He was on the show Paid or Pain,
Nod,
but he
right.
talks about it. He talks about it a lot.
Right.
And the premise is simple. You tell a joke. If the audience likes it, you get cash. If you don't, you get hit by a dominatrix.
There's
But
actually
ours,
a wheel with a lot of pain things. You spin it, and Frank at 80 had to take his shirt off and get like a cattle prodded in front of people. And he yelled out, "Oh no, my pacemaker! He doesn't have one, but he scared the shit out of everybody."
Frank is hilarious. That said, we want to do something like it. Comedians always go, I don't know, that joke's racist. That joke's not racist. It's a really heated debate. So what we want to do is kind of set up a paid or pain type situation where you go and run a potentially racist joke past our hand-selected audience of vicious Bloods and Crips. And you just tell your joke. And if they laugh, great. And if not, you just see what the ramifications are. And it's really like an instantaneous litmus test. And the reason why I chose that group is because they can take a joke. You know what I mean? Like they don't, it's not that they don't have a sense of humor. And honestly, they're kind of hard to offend if you're trying to be nice, you know? And so we want to give a fair audience. Any thoughts, any feedback, Pat? I know you've had some success with Paid or Pain. Do you think this would work?
No,
No.
no, this won't work.
Why not?
No, it won't work. Who's doing this? Who's signing up for this show?
I say it's not a bad idea. I'm not going to sign up
You
for
can
that.
get you can get the people to hear the joke, but who's gonna tell it?
I was hoping we would.
We're in.
Yeah, I was going to do my World Cup joke and finally get the pass once and for all.
I tried to tell a George Floyd joke and I got knocked down.
Well, you know what? Why don't you open with that? Paid or Pain, Blood Crips style, and we'll see what happens. They're like, yo, actually, he wasn't a great role model for the community. We kind of with you on that one, Pat.
They think he was great. If he could dodge that one, they could have called him George Floyd Mayweather.
Jesus.
Wasn't I supposed to do a joke? Do I win?
You won.
Do I
You
win? Are
won.
we?
I mean, we're clearly not Crips or Bloods, so
No, yeah, it passes us.
we're not the
But
judges.
Jeff, I actually had an idea for you too, and then we'll have Pat tell another story.
Yeah.
Ideas.
You want a joke?
No, I got a good idea for you. It's a sauce
Wait, but he
idea.
has a
Oh,
racist
I'm all
joke.
ears. I love sauce ideas.
Oh, well, let's hear your racist joke first.
It's not racist. It's just stupid. I want to hear your sauce idea.
Okay. So what if we take some whiskey, right, to Ohio, right outside of Cedar Point, and we age it for 7 years in whiskey barrels, right? And then we mix it into a saline and barbecue sauce mixture, and we call it Sandusky's 7-year-old salty sauce.
Who's buying this? Who's buying Sandusky sauce?
I mean, that's where Cedar Point is, Sandusky, Ohio.
No. I understand, but I don't know if you know this. He's not as popular there as he was years ago.
Well,
Especially if you don't allow pedophiles to buy your sauce.
They're not allowed to buy sauce. And
It's like if they're banned.
Fuck. I forgot about Jerry Sandusky. My bad. That won't work. I apologize.
Oh, you meant another Sandusky?
It's just the name of that's the town where Cedar Point is. The Lake Erie is right there. It's a salt lake.
Am I allowed to
sea salt?
pour whiskey across state lines?
Yeah,
you don't look like a guy who asked those kind of questions, Jeff. That's why I thought you'd be on board for this.
Now you got him arrested for bootlegging. Any more pedophile ideas?
I mean, now that you've asked.
No, I didn't ask.
What if you did a sauce called
What do you have? Throw those notes out. Burn that book.
Yeah, these are actual notes. I thought he was ripping.
What if you did a sauce called Little Bill's Lazy Barbecue Sauce, and you have a little Bill Cosby on the front, and you infuse it with CBD or THC?
I would think you need to put melatonin in it, something that'll make you go to sleep.
Get the
Okay.
melatonin in the sauce.
Alternatively, and I owe Jeff Hillman some praise on this one, but alternatively, what if you did a BLM sauce and then you flip the label over and it just says Bobby loves marijuana and it's infused with THC?
Ooh, that's
Bobby's got blackface on.
I like that.
Nope.
Yep.
Did not agree to that,
Bobby's
Pat.
got
Nope.
blackface. I will draw it.
Nope. Nope.
But you're smoking weed, so it looks like you're Jamaican.
That somehow makes it
you
worse.
got long dreads.
The sauce says you're making me hungry underneath.
I don't like this anymore.
My favorite is POSA so far.
Yeah, so that was my favorite one. Yeah, take that, Carolina Reapist.
Yeah, I was gonna say somewhere Mike O'Donnell's crying. I did reach out to him and try to have him come on and just ambush for like a minute and just be like, "These are all my ideas." But he has a show tonight.
He just gets drunk and then messages Jeff, or sometimes he'll message me and just go, "Do you think he wants to hear this?" I'm like, "No, he doesn't want to hear this." We'll do one more story, but unless you need to do your other thing, Bobby.
No, you know what? This has been good enough without it. Maybe we'll wrap with like Gattaca.
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay, but we'll do that after the story. I want to hear another story.
Okay. Daniel Craig believes James Bond should not be a woman. By the way, this is by our favorite author again, our writer Bobby. Brooke Cato makes it again for another
Well,
great story.
I know who my POS is.
Her career is on fire. The thing she writes about, this dumb bitch. Daniel Craig would rather see the sky fall than watch James Bond be played by a woman. Former on-screen James Bond told the Radio Times that he thinks that there are better parts for a woman to play than James Bond. Why should a woman play James Bond when there's good parts just as good as for James Bond movie, but for a woman? Craig 53 said to the Radio Times. Craig's statement comes this week before the release of the subsequent Bond film No Time to Die, which premieres in theaters October 8th. His comments echo through the franchise producer Barbara Broccoli, that's her fucking name, who told Variety in 2020 that James Bond can be of any color, but he is male. She added that she would rather write new characters specifically for women rather than make the iconic lead role a woman. There's been about a backlash from this because a lot of women's rights groups are like, why couldn't it be a woman? It's about being a spy. It shouldn't really matter. And people that wanted to change the color of James Bond, change the gender of James Bond. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Daniel Craig for even saying anything? There's been a million James Bonds in the world. I've never been a James Bond fan. If I think of James Bond, though, I do think of Sean Connery. It's just because of the voice and all that. And I don't really give a fuck about Daniel Craig's opinion. I think he didn't write. It doesn't matter. Is it him for saying the statement at all? Is it Barbara Broccoli for not changing her fucking name? You're a producer. You are in Hollywood. Your name is Barbara Broccoli. You want to take it seriously. You can't be Barbara Broccoli. When I used to do my first joke ever in comedy 15 years ago was, my name is Pat Oates. My name's so Irish. My name's Potatoes when you look at it together. And when people would ask me afterwards, they go, did you make up a stage name? Is that really? Yeah, I made up a stage name so I could tell one shit joke. That's what I did. And then I would say to them, no, my real name's Broccoli. That's how fucking terrible that last name is. I used it as a fucking way to get out of my real shitty name. Why would and your name's Barbara? Nothing sounds uglier than the name Barbara Brock. There's no way she's hot in any way. But she's even talking about this all, and her making a statement as a woman saying, fuck that. Ladies can't be James Bond. They should be something else. Is it women who give a shit? Who the fuck watches James Bond? It's not women. They're not going to go see that movie. They've proven this point many times. I love Ocean's 11. I love Ocean's 12 and all those movies. I didn't mind the lady one. I didn't mind the Lady Ghostbusters, but I don't know why you make it. Just make another movie, have ladies doing shit. It doesn't have to be in the franchise. They just made a Black Wonder Years. Why is it Black Wonder Years? Just make a movie about a kid growing up at the same time. It doesn't need to be the same fucking thing. I don't know why it has to be. Make a female spy movie. It could be English. It could be cool. But the best thing about the James Bond movies are the sex scenes when he bangs hot Italian women. Now, if they're going to do a lesbian Italian hot sex scene, then maybe we need a Jane Bond. Maybe I'm on board for it after all. It's boring to me anyway. I don't give a shit who plays James Bond. I wish they'd stop making James Bonds. But they shouldn't be black unless he's Idris Elba because he's got to be English. That's the whole fucking point of the goddamn thing. And I don't want to hear an English. I don't want to hear an Elizabeth Hurley-mouthed woman fucking yelling out dumb things like "Shaken, not dead." I don't want to fucking hear that shit at all. Stop making these movies. Is it the fucking bitch Brooke who writes all these goddamn articles every week and they're never worth it? I don't know how she gets paid by the New York Post. Bobby, you go first this time.
The piece of shit's Daniel Craig. Like, who doesn't want to see a female James Bond movie?
Daniel Craig.
I can't wait. I can't wait until the point where she has an anxiety attack the first time bad things happen, or where she just sits down and starts crying, or where she asks Q to come home because he's pursuing his dreams too hard and she doesn't feel like he's spending quality time with him. But then whenever she's there, all they do is fight.
Q's name is now LGBTQ.
Yeah. You know, I like the idea where she's about to get the bad guy, but she has to go in the bathroom to change her Tampax. We could do a nice little Playtex commercial where she could have been free with Playtex.
Jane Bond, how do you like your baby syndrome? Shake it, not stirred.
Yeah, who doesn't want to see a 9-month maternity leave? Just James Bond nursing a baby and drinking alcohol all day.
Or she could not be going through any of those things. She is a spy, and she'd be older. You can get like the Dame Judi Dench or something, one that's got no blood in her vagina, and then she could just solve crimes.
Well, damn, I'm just going to stop and ask for some bloody directions.
She's James Bond. She's got to have good GPS. Why can't a woman do the stupid fight scenes that they do? Would it matter? Do you watch James Bond?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch all the James Bonds?
All the Daniel Craig ones?
Did you watch all the Pierce Brosnan ones?
No.
Did you watch? Who else? I don't know who else played. Roger Daltrey or no, that's him.
No, literally just the Daniel Craig ones.
Roger, whatever.
I'm young, and my parents were anti-violence.
Yeah, my family was anti-English, so we
would play James Bond in the backyard, and I wasn't allowed to have a gun. I had to use my fists and disarm people. My dad said it would build character.
What was happening in your backyard?
Oh yeah, dude, lots of Nerf fights.
You had to fight people?
I mean, yeah, if you don't have a gun, what are you gonna do? Oh, I'm the journalist. No, you're gonna go full Rambo.
You're Brooke. What's her?
Hey guys, I'm here to document the violence for America, so everybody knows what's going on. Don't shoot me, okay?
Jeff, who's the piece of shit?
Daniel Craig's the piece of shit. I mean, everybody, if he's trying to come out and sound cool for fighting the creators of the James Bond franchise for putting a woman into it or a woman of color, I mean, I get it. Everybody's like freaked out by all the changes that are going on in society, but if they don't make it, let's assume that it's going to suck that it's a female James Bond. If they don't make it, then we won't be able to laugh at it later and say everything they were making to appease like all the changes that are going on in society, like the Black Wonder Years or female James Bond. If they don't make it, then we can't look back and say, boy, that era really sucked. And there's so much shit that piled up over the years when they were trying to basically just cater to like that, whatever movement that is. So I say he's a piece of shit. Just roll with it. Make of Lady James Bond. And chances are.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't want to see Jane Bond being late because she had to stop and document the police arresting a minority? Come on. This will be great.
She just goes around the barbecues telling black people not to cook. I'll watch that one. I will watch that one all day. But they've tried it. Like they did the Birds of Prey thing, and they thought people would go watch what's her name play what you call it,
Margot Robbie play Harley Quinn.
She was like, oh, it's because men won't support it. It's like, no, it was a bad idea. You're in the wrong genre. I don't think if you make it, but James Bond is kind of like romantic. Might be better off with women. What?
Jane Bond is just Aaron Brockovich. She just fights a court battle and wins. That's how the female spies do things.
If you're gonna do this, you don't go English. If you're gonna make this work, because you keep saying women do this and that, whatever, you get a fat, sassy black woman who's mad. Like the big opening scene is that she's just in line at Popeyes trying to get the new chicken sandwich. And a fight fucking breaks out, and she's got like fucking all these crazy fucking grappling hooks and shit. I'm in.
Dude, I shit you not. They did that. There was a show called Burn Notice about a spy who got burned, and his name was Michael Weston, and like he would solve crimes and try to figure out who burned him. They relaunched it called The Equalizer with Queen Latifah as the spy who got burned.
Called The Equalizer in the 70s, and that's what they relaunched.
Yeah, but it's just Burn Notice with Queen Latifah, and it is hilarious. There is actually a fight scene in a chicken restaurant, Pat, like you called. It is perfect. If you want to see that, go see that. I want to see an English woman yell about the patriarchy to the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah was perfect for that. And I would have Queen Latifah play James Bond.
Okay, I've asked Mike Baker, former CIA specialist, of the two, who was more likely to be a CIA agent, Michael Weston or Queen Latifah?
And he's racist, so he
said from a physical standpoint, someone would pass the fitness standard, somebody wouldn't.
We don't care about that anymore.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't matter. Yeah.
All right, who's the piece of shit, Paige?
I would say the piece of shit is they should make the movie if people want it, but like the piece of shit is anyone who says they want it and doesn't go see it. Because that's really the piece of it's like they keep making these movies. You mentioned Ghostbusters, you mentioned Birds of Prey, and then they bomb, and it's like, yeah, you guys didn't go see it. If you want it, then go watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This will be different. Who doesn't want to see
abortion law? It's the same thing. All these men walking around going, hey, don't have abortions. But then when a lady tries to give that guy the baby and go, here you go, you can have this baby, they're like, no, thanks. And they throw it in the dumpster. Yeah, if you don't fight for it unless you want it. It's the movie and it's like abortions.
It's like they want men to go see it, but it's like men aren't interested. And it's like I remember having conversations about Ghostbusters, like, yeah, Ghostbusters kind of sucked. And it's like, oh, you hated it because you're a man. It's like, I watched it. Did you watch it? No.
I actually hated the original Ghostbusters. I thought they were all dumb.
I'm with you. I'm not really a big Ghostbusters guy at all. But I didn't even dislike the woman one. I thought it was fine, but it was like, I watched it. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't just say you're a piece of shit if you're a guy and you don't see it. Well, women aren't seeing it either. Like,
this one will be different, though. Who doesn't want to see Jane Bond explain to Q that she just bumped the curb 70 miles an hour, and that's why it needs a realignment?
I think the way they do it is they make Q a guy, and she just accused Q of rape. It's like that's how she takes Q down.
That's the start. It's just Daniel Craig jerking off in front of her, like, you're okay with this, right? And she's like, you're kind of my superior.
If they do it as a woman, she has to solve the murder of Lady Di. Like, there's nothing else you can do for women to watch it but that.
Yeah. I think, yeah, make it. But yeah, if you say you want it and don't go see it, you're an asshole. You're the piece of shit.
Q, I just have some questions. Are these guns environmentally friendly? We have to think about the long-term damage of our ramifications, too.
I just don't get why Daniel Craig is saying anything. Like,
yeah, that's really
other people are back, but a guy who was in the movie who's not going to be in the next movie, that just sounds like a bitter dude. He's the wrong guy to say anything. He should be like, yes, anyone can do it, and he doesn't have to mean it, but just like, yeah, just like when Saturday Night Live cast would move on, they go, yeah, the other guys are going to be great. They laugh themselves, going, they're not going to be better than us.
He was probably set up. Somebody he was probably getting coffee at one of those LA shops, and a reporter undercover probably asked him in line, Did you hear they're going to do a female 007? What do you think? He probably was just like, didn't even have his coffee yet, and he turned around and he thought he was talking to a stranger.
Yeah, he was having sex with this reporter, Brooke Cato, and in the middle she just goes, wouldn't it be funny if a woman played the fucking James Bond in sex? And he goes, that's fucking ridiculous. A woman couldn't do that. Now suck my James Bond dick. And then it fucking just came in her 00 asshole. And then she wrote this article because she was mad. That's what happened. You're right. I agree. Bobby, anything else? Are you going to finish on your dumb thing?
I just hope they don't make her like 006, where she's like, oh, she's the better version of Bond. Like I've seen that done too many times. That's all.
Is 6
We're-
better?
I don't know. I don't know how the MI5 works. MI6. What is it over there?
0069.
Double S69, yeah. It's just POV the whole time.
I'm like, you see, James Bond was a whore.
I just don't think it's a fair question, Q, what my weight is. It's a jetpack. We need to know how much you weigh so you can fly. It's just you don't ask a lady about her weight. Speaking of movies, either of you guys seen Gattaca?
Oh, God damn it.
Not seen Gattaca.
Okay, well, it's a
No
great
one's seen
movie.
Gattaca.
David Hintz has seen Gattaca, and you can see that episode on our
Well, that's going-
Patreon
Go check
right
that
now.
out on the Patreon.
In Gattaca, it's about genetic engineering. We get to a point where you can pretty much predestine your baby's whole life, make sure they're healthy and everything with genetic engineering and coding. The question is, if we got to that point, Paige and Jeff, you're having a son, you're designing your son. It comes down to the dick. How big of a dick are you giving your son?
I mean, I feel like no more than 10. You know what I mean? 10 inches. Because
So-
there's definitely too big. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. And the bigger the dick is, the more of a dickhead he's going to be.
That's
You
true
know?
too. Yeah.
So, like, if you give him
You
a
don't
small
think
dick,
10's a big dick? What are you slinging?
No, I think 10. I think 10 is a big dick. But I'm
Like,
saying
no more than
there's
10,
definitely
you know, like
no
half
more
of
than
me.
10.
I don't want him to be bigger than me. Yeah.
10-inch cock.
Oh, all right.
I don't like when people without kids answer this. And Jeff will answer it more like I do. Like, first of all,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to answer this.
Yes, or first of all, I would engineer a daughter for my daughter, so she can have a sister, which I did.
Oh yeah.
And
she has a
that-
10-inch clip.
Which I did, and that's coming this winter in March. So,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah. And last thing he wants to do is talk about engineering it. He did the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Not Gattaca's.
Well, that's also in Gattaca. You would know that if you saw the movie.
Oh, what?
I don't know
After all this we've gone through, why would I watch
I know.
Gattaca? This has been the worst 2 months of a promotion to watch it. And look at you. Congratulations. It's a Gattaca.
So go to silkcityhotsauce.com and support this fucking company and support this goddamn show. We got fucking kids to feed. God damn it.
Yeah, Bobby's got to
Absolutely.
make kids with his fucking weird computer.
If that was possible.
I mean, you said son. I don't know how much engineering needs to be done because if he comes out, he's a white, he's a guy, his life's gonna be great. There's no problem.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
glad you
like
feel that
answering
way.
this 'cause it's like, why are you thinking about your kid's dick? I don't know anything about my son's dick, and I'm psyched.
Do you know how
My dick, his father didn't know about his dick. That's how we roll.
we've been over this? It's literally identical. There's only one set of genes you can pass along.
Why are
His
you
dick
looking
is
at my
your dick is
family's
your
dick?
father's dick.
Why do you know the lineage of my family's cock? You just said it's all identical. What do you know?
It
about
is.
us?
There's only one Y chromosome you can pass along. That's where the
Why are
dick
you
comes
looking at
from.
Oates' cock?
I'm not. It's science.
My
Man.
dick is not science. It's
Yes, everybody's dick is science. I got news for you, Pat. Guess what? You want to know what your dad's
Yeah,
dick
it's all
looks
Punnett
like?
square.
you
Yeah.
think
I
it's science.
understand.
I think it's God made.
Yeah, God.
Somebody feels good about their cock.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
God made.
Paige,
Like
made his son as a poor kid only has a 10-inch cock. I hope that
I'm
kid
just saying,
doesn't
if he
fuck
has a
horse.
20-inch dick, that's not going to be a good life.
Dude, this question
down to
is
his knee.
this question's literally been filled throughout human psyche. That's all people think about.
Yeah, they've all been lied
Oedipus is just about the king being worried his son's dick's gonna fuck his wife better than him, right?
And a penis.
Yeah. The Bible. What did Abraham have to cut off? His son's dick piece.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
It's a
he thought
weird
about his
book.
son's dick so much he heard a voice about it.
Cutting dicks is a weird book.
And on that
That is
note,
weird as shit.
on cutting dicks note, Paige, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah,
Cuttingdicks.com.
I'm Uncle Paige on pretty much everything. Twitter, Instagram, Uncle Paige 420 on TikTok. And I got 2 pods if you want to check them out. I do a live one on Instagram, DP Sundays at 6. And don't tell my roommate. That's just on podcast.
Oh,
services.
I thought you didn't want us to tell your roommate you had a podcast.
No, that's the second show. Yeah,
I'm a
don't tell
retard.
my
All
roommate.
right, my bad.
And listen,
No,
Paige
yeah.
absolutely killed it on here, but he, Alex, and Winston, that group, bunch of hustlers. I said Brandon Beswick earlier. He's definitely in that group of guys who I see you guys perform on crazy shows, extra cheesy drag show, everything
Yeah.
across the board. They're very funny. They can make anybody laugh. If you're in the Richmond area or DC and you see their name, definitely give it. It'll be worth the ticket price.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me. This was fun.
Absolutely, man. And
Yeah,
Jeff, how
tell
about you,
them the
buddy?
thing we always tell them better.
Oh, you can find me at Silk City Hot on Twitter. Twitter's fun. You can find me at silkcityhotsauce.com. Use the promo code POS when you're on the site. You're going to get 15% off. I'm also going to throw in a free bottle of hot sauce. I'm not throwing in the cherry sriracha anymore. I'm stepping it up a little bit for this show, and you'll get a unique sauce like the Ghost Whisperer or Good Morning Jonestown or something along those lines. I appreciate you guys having me on. This is it's hard to keep up with you guys. You're fucking funny as hell, and I appreciate it.
It was a lot of fun.
Both
Thank you,
for
guys.
This got weird, and I got quiet.
That's what we do. Now, that was actually something new we're doing where we let people get their plugs in before Pat does the last story. So that way everybody actually stays to the end. Pat, you got one more story for us?
No, I do, but fuck you. It's late. I gotta go to work. It's an hour and a half again. We're working too hard here.
All right. Well, follow me at Bobby on.
These two don't want to do anymore. What you call it? Paige has to walk 4 more laps to get inside or something. So
I'm home now. I'm just pacing like a weirdo.
Follow me at Bobby_Tamboro. Check out the Eastside Dave show every Tuesday at 7:30 while it lasts. And get over to our Patreon. I know I proposed mentioned on the Patreon that I would be at the Secret Show. I will not be there. I will be in Delaware. Come see me at the House of Laughs.
nice. And also, you've said that we're going to have more changes coming to the podcast soon, so keep a lookout for that. That'll be happening soon. Better editing and all that bullshit, whatever. But at least people have commented all week that finally my internet isn't as shitty anymore. I got upgraded, so now you can hear me when I talk. Some people are happy, some are mad. But either way, it's there. If you want to hear my clear, sexy voice, you can hear it on the Patreon. 2 episodes every week. 1 exclusively for you guys on the Patreon and 1 for everybody on the YouTube that everyone gets as well. But you get it earlier than anybody else for as little as $3 a month. It's less than $1 a week. You're getting all this fucking great content on there. But if you can't do that, go over to the YouTube channel, the POS Podcast YouTube channel, and just subscribe to that. Or we've been climbing up, getting a lot of views. One of our most watched episodes is one I absolutely hated. So you never know. I thought it was one of the worst ones we ever did. I got it up on the trailer. If you haven't signed our thing, I won't say what it was, but I was like, this is a terrible show. And it's gotten hundreds of more views than any other one. Let's just say somebody in the show had tits. So thank you, gross America, for not enjoying content, but enjoying boobs. Yep, Jeff, you did that earlier. We would have been good, but it didn't work. But thank you guys so much for being on the show. Jeff, thank you for finally coming on and being on. We really appreciate you and all the support you give us. We love the fact that we get to talk about you every fucking week. And Paige, thank you for not being a woman when I said to Bobby, who's this lady? And he goes, no, it's not a lady. I'm psyched that you're a man. Fuck white women. And Bobby.
If you can't join them, beat them. And remember, don't be a piece of shit.